and training session. We are doing what we're doing for the last few days. First, I explain what I'm doing. Then we start the review session, and then we see the recap of the game. So, this is a chessable course by Andras Toth, and he is an international master. He's currently in Singapore at the World Chess Championship. And he says, don't just watch the World Championship, learn everything you can from it. So not problem, but my thing that I have with the Grandmaster games that I usually watch on streams is that the explanations are done pretty fast. I cannot really follow, and so I'm just a consumer instead of really a thinker. So this course here for me is about tactics and strategic problems to solve. Train your skills from games at the very highest level. So it's just nice to think of positions or have the positions. You think of the next best move, and you get way better into the game than by just watching a recap video. Yeah, and of course it trains my skills. So nice having you with me, and we can just start. So we already had games 1 to 8, and Chessable has a MoveTrainer. It's a certain system. It's also called spaced repetition, which means if you answer a question wrong, like do the wrong move on the board, then the system will know this needs to be something that you need to train, and it will give it to you sooner than positions that you got correct. That way you spend your time very intelligently by practicing more what you need to practice instead of what you already know. And so we just start with the review here from the last games. I think it's 24 review positions. Okay, and I try usually to go through them quite fast, and so that we get to the game and the recap, basically. Okay, so here Black's last move was definitely an unfortunate call, allowing White to carry out his dangerous plan. How would you proceed? This is about taking the bishop, and the bishop has a retreat square on f5, so we first need to hinder him from escape. That's what we did, and now we can attack. And now we need to remove the defender. Correct. And now the defender has a defender, so we need to double attack. Yes, and now I can take the bishop. Nice. Okay. So next one would have allowed the Indian challenger to play for the initiative. How? And usually I have to think if it doesn't come to my mind right away. Yes, I think. Hold on. This is a difficult one. I think it is first taking the knight. Is it taking the knight already? Yes, I think it is. And then the knight to e5. So we just see, and welcome to the chat, of course. Nice that you're here. Right. So please, if you have questions or moves that I should try out, let me know in the chat. So I first go to the take, and it's incorrect already. So this is the first move. Yes, of course. This is protected by the knight now. Correct. My fault. Okay, you got it. And now we need to think. We have a double attack on the pawn, And I think the best way is just to move the pawn up. It's incorrect, as this position is a difficult position for me. I don't know why, but somehow I look at it. I knew that I already had it, but didn't work out. So this was correct, and yeah, just protecting the pawn here. And now I think now it is pushing the pawn. Yes. And is it now taking with the rook, or is it too early? I think it is taking with the rook right away. Yes. Okay, good. So next thing, here the Chinese world champ missed a good chance to play for a win. Can you see it? By now I know that c4 is not correct. So, sorry. The correct move is this one. And now we are attacking the pawn and have the e file for us. And now I need to take here. And now we have a very active position with black, and we are good. So this works out nicely. We go to the next variation, and that is poses an interesting problem to which black has a very nice solution. How would you play? This is also one of the positions where I think I don't fully grasp it. So I know that for the start we have the knight move. Then we take. And now I was wondering what to do. It was not attacking the queen as a normal move, I think, but it is to get the knight out of the way. If the knight is out of the way, we can put the bishop to d3 and have a double attack on the rook and the queen. And that is nice, of course. So if he takes, we can just retake and it's again. Okay. All right. Yeah, now I get it. And this is my third or fourth review about it. And finally I get it how it's done. Yes. Okay, nice. Here we are having black challenges us with the same idea. What is the best way to meet it? So here we have the issue of the fork by the knight. So we need to take it. But if we take it, he can retake, and then we could have the bishop problem on d3 with the fork again. So we see how this will turn out. Here we can still take, and now the attack comes in. Okay. And here we have a very nice way to go, and we don't care for now, but we'll just go here with the knight. And now we can just remove the attacker, and we are good. All right, that also worked out well. And we go to the next variation. Okay. Ding Liren versus Gukesh. Of course, Ding having the white pieces. And here would have kept the pawn. But this move allows black a serious initiative. How would you play? What was this one? Ah, I get it. And it is, we need to not allow white to castle. And we have two moves to go. So the better move was the bishop to a3, a6, sorry. And now we just put the queen to G4, and it's over. No, it's not. Ah, yes, correct. He could have played the pawn move. White can shut the bishop out with the C3, C4. That's correct, yes. So, oh, what's happening here? Michael Kodak 5. Hey, how are you? Nice meeting you. Hello. And I hope you follow the session with me. Usually it's great training. Okay, yes, here I forgot the in-between move, C3, C4. But I just wonder why he didn't play that earlier on. So let's just check this. I don't know it. So we just go back here. And one more move back. Can we do that? No. Okay, so my idea here is, of course, what happens if he plays this now? So I just go to the analysis board, and then we see. Okay, so here we have the following. Gukesh played a6, and we have, okay, and what happens if he plays the in-between move right now? It's not black to move. I was just, okay, how can I do this best here? Can I go back all the way? No. Can I go to this? I'd like to start it again. Nope. Doesn't work. Okay, so then it is first the black move here next. Ah, that's why. Okay, so here I have it, and now it's white's move, wasn't it? No, I need to go one back, but I can't. Okay, so I just play the move and we do this later. And now we go here, and that's the solution. Okay. So now I go back again, because I really want to know what happens from this position if white plays the in-between move here right away. So analysis board, this time it will work. Okay. Hello to everyone in chat, and not only to Michael, of course. Hello. So let's see. He said the queen was wrong because there's the in-between move. And oh, again, my fault. I need to go one back. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I need to go one more move back here. So this is the situation. Okay, so let's check if I can see it right away. What happens if the pawn comes up here now? I could take here, but that wouldn't really matter, except that I can then attack that pawn. So let's see what the engine says about this. Quick and okay, so it is white to move. And what happens if white plays this? It immediately goes down for black. So again, I'll check. Okay, here it was white ahead. And now this move. Okay. E takes d4, as I said. Then E takes d4. Okay, and the king's position just is not looking too good now. Okay, so now he's able to castle finally. Queen d3. Okay, so we have a marginal change in advantage. Now it's in favor of black, but yeah, here it's just something where I, as an amateur player, would say it's like really equal, and for the World Chess Championship, this is probably a winning advantage, or close to it. Okay, so that's why the in-between move hadn't been played before. Well understood, and we can go back to the review session, and we only have 18 reviews left before we go to game number 9. This is all review from what we did before. And this one I think I remember quite well and also understood why it was so good. So this one, and in this position, white has a stunning idea to claim advantage. Can you spot it? It is the move here. Then it is a check because he cannot take with the pawn because he would check himself then. So he goes with the king, and now I can take here and win a pawn. Yes, and that says, and due to the very awkward positioning of the black king, white stands better. Okay, so this is all nice, and of course the thing was to put the rook into a possible take, but it was not allowed because of our own rook here. Okay, good. So what else might look like an annoying move? How would you play now with black? Okay, this again is difficult, and I would have never found it by myself, but as this is review, we already ran through it. So it's first attacking the rook. Now it's the pawn move. And now finally, there is something that we can do, but I forgot the next move. So I need to check again. And I was always thinking about these two with the rook check. And if he takes just e2, but this, will it work now from this position? I forgot, but I will just try. It's a review session. Okay, so check on d2, and we will see what happens. Let's go. It's incorrect. And it was a king move. Okay, black's piece activity is plenty enough to compensate for the material deficit. Oh, and here I have to admit still, although it's the fourth time, yeah, I'm kind of puzzled. So what could be played here? Let's just check with the engine for being quick. Okay, so white to move. Let's go with this move. It is 0.44 in favor for white. Yeah, but didn't Andras Toth say it's for I just move. Oh, sorry. I will just see what Stockfish says if I make it Stockfish 18. Stockfish depth 20. Okay, let's just give it time. Maybe some more time. Okay, we just let it think. And otherwise, I think the International Master is not so correct. Or it's more a human perspective. Okay, let's see. Do we have a thinking time here? No, that's all. Okay. So it is kind of equal, and that's what I thought, because he can take here, he can take here, and piece activity, to me, it looks like it's kind of equal, I'd say. So rook takes h5, and then we can take the, we just move it. Okay, here, here, and now it's still equal. Yeah, so all right. Good to know that I didn't oversee something in this case. Black's piece activity is plenty enough to compensate for the material deficit. Okay. Well, but this doesn't mean that... now I get it. Okay. We are a piece, we are a rook down, and it's still equal. That's the thing here. All right. Get it. Okay, on to the next. Next. So we go here, and we're good. Now on to the next one. An interesting alternative, denying black from creating a pawn chain. Now black has a dynamic sequence that secures a small but firm edge. What would you play? Okay, thinking. Do I remember? What was it? It's from game 7. Gukesh is playing white. And I don't remember this, so I have to think. What could it have been? So we have a double attack on d4. If we get rid of the defender, the f3 knight and our knight on f6 out of the way. So is this possible? Yeah, I think we can go into that direction. I just take it and we see what happens. And it was incorrect. This one was alright. So, a marvelous idea. Black temporarily sacrifices the surplus pawn, but manages to trade queens and go after the e4. Ah, yes. Yes, and trade queens and go after the e4 pawn. Okay, so next we play this one. He takes. I'll take the queen and I'll take the knight. Okay, that was the idea which I forgot. I need to check that again and go through it. So a4 had been played, and now I'm just able to bring up the pawn to e5. Okay, he basically needs to take, but does he really? I mean, this is just a tactical idea, but he could have also played bishop e3. But it's about the technical idea here and tactical idea here. And that is, of course, good for me to understand. Okay, so we go to the next variation, and we have knight took d5. Would have been too greedy. Can you demonstrate how white obtains an edge now? This was easy, I think. It was just taking the knight and then having the double attack on the bishop. So here now. How to continue. Okay, and I think it is attacking the knight with e3, because once the knight is gone, yeah, we also have bishop b7 and then the rook is gone. So yes, that might be a good way to go. We'll see. Let's go. Incorrect. I forgot. Yes, absolutely correct. He has to go out of the way. I take the rook. He needs to take with the queen, and then I have a free pawn here. My bad, I didn't take a look at that, was only concentrating here. But this is something that I recently noticed right away, and that is that I tend to only think of myself, like my moves and only where I am on the board. I don't take into consideration all the pieces on the board. And this is something where I need to broaden my vision for the whole board. I know that for sure. Okay. Hmm? Yes, perfectly fine. Yes. Okay. So here we have this Nimzowitsch idea. Time to demonstrate that you do know the classics. And I never know this one. It's also difficult for me again. What was the first move? I don't know. But wasn't it somehow close to the same thing as we had before? Hmm. I don't know. I don't remember. I just take. That was correct. And now I have to do something here with my knight. Probably double attack somehow. Was it here? Hold on. Nope, it's an alternative move. Alternative means it was an okay move and perfectly fine for the engine, but as chessable is designed to accept only one correct move, you need to find the other move that is correct. So the other move to attack the rook is this one, but I doubt it's correct. We'll see. Incorrect, of course, yes. So it was this one first. I knew it was a knight, but not with an attack, a double attack. So this is good enough. Okay, the key move. I don't know this one. Next, we'll just do this again. Yep, done. And now, probably the blocking. Okay. And what happens now? And black achieved the dream scenario for the theme of blockade. The d5 pawn is under arrest. And as a result of that, the f3 bishop is also very passive. All right. Okay. Next variation. So, looks very tempting, but it turns out that black's defensive resources are not to be underestimated. Can we take d5 now? So, can we take it, yes or no? We have to see this. So. Yes, I think the solution was to just take it, yes. And then we can take, hold on. Can we take the bishop now, or do we have to do something else? think we were able to take it, g7. Then he could take with the bishop. Or am I missing something here? Was it a retreating move like the knight to c7? Knight c7 attacks the queen and the rook at the same time. So he cannot defend this, and I think we are good. Let's give it a try. But isn't this super dangerous? Because my idea here is, of course, queen c3, bishop h8, and then checkmate threat on g7. But this somehow looks too fetched. So I just go with the knight move to c7. And it is correct. Okay. Instead of the queen move here, he did another one. And what is needed to be played now from us? Again, think we have this mate threat if he takes the knight on f8. And how can this be refuted? Isn't that now the knight to e6? Attacking the bishop, double attack, cannot be defended. And the knight is also hanging. So yes, I think that is a good move. So we'll see, and it is incorrect. It's the other one. Okay. Yes, that keeps the pressure alive on the rook. And yes, of course, that is better. Yes. All right. Got that one. And let's go. So next one. And it is correct. And black holds the fort. White has no way to break in. A sensational line. Yeah, so sensational that even after 3 reviews, I cannot do it correctly. Okay, and in this position, Ding dropped the ball with king e5. That's what Ding played, allowing the Indian challenger considerably winning chances. How should he have defended instead? Black to play. King e5. Okay, so black to play. Would have black to play here. I think it is a knight rotation, probably c8 and d6 or d8 and b8. So we see a first c8, I think. That's correct. And now the second move, which is also important. Anybody in chat who knows the solution? No. So Two moves here, b6, b6 or d6. I think it is d6, because otherwise he could have just stayed on the original move square. So that's what I'm going to play, and we see. Correct. And now it's e5. It's an alternative, so it would have been okay for the engine, but there's another move which is preferred by chessable. So what could be that other move? I think it is rook b7, double attack on the pawn. Also an alternative move. How mean. So I need to find a third move that is equally good. Okay, so what is that special move? Is it knight e4? Knight e4. Bishop takes. I take with the pawn. He takes with the rook. I'll take the pawn here. And if that is the line, I don't know. We see and check. So I just go there. And this is incorrect. I had two good ones and one bad one. Okay. So here it is just all the black pieces are... yes, it was... okay. Though all the black pieces are beautifully active and holding the draw should be easy. Okay. Yes, here's the file. And okay, got it. I'm 1 hour now on Chessable. That's my goal for every day. Okay, continue. And we go to the next variation. We still have 11 to go. Okay. Here I remember what's going on. It is about attacking the rook and trying to find a way not to lose the bishop. And it's an in-between move that is needed here. This is correct. And now we would lose the bishop if we take the rook. That's why we do an in-between move. Check. The has to go away. And now we are free to take the rook. Yes, that was correct. Okay, and here we have an interesting point in the game where we need to make a big call on what to take back with. Ding Liren is white, and Gukesh here has the option to take it with 3 figures, and that is rook, knight, king. And here it is taking with the knight, because it's just a short imbalance, and you can go back easily, but you still have the right to castle, which is so important. So we just take it, and that was exactly the same thing, or the correct thing to do. Okay, and now comes the fantastic concept. Can you spot it? Okay, we're now in game 8. We did that yesterday. And I don't know if I remember this, so let's see. I remember there was a nice combination, which I need to find. What was it? Okay, obviously I forgot, but it's only like clouds in my head. Okay. In these situations, probably a pawn move is nice. Can I do this? I forgot. What happened yesterday here? Yeah, we just go with the pawn and then the program will tell me. We'll see. Okay, so it's an alternative move, so I got one right. Again, the engine says it's perfectly fine, but chessable accepts only one correct answer here. Okay. Is it taking the knight with our bishop? Incorrect. So what was it? This one. Although in a positional sense, this move is a given, the tactical aspect is what makes it absolutely incredible. We'll go here. He comes with that one. And I remember now that we don't care about the taking of the knight, and we just take here on our side, and then we are able to take for a third time. And now we have something, and that is taking the free pawn. But is there something before? No, I think we just take it. Yes. Correct. And now we have something else. And what was that? The rook is attacked, so it is oh, sorry. So how did this continue? So we have a rook move or the queen to f1. What would you prefer? Let's see, chat. Anything? Nope. Okay. I don't know anymore. I simply just forgot it. What was it now? Oh, I think it was something with a that he was not allowed to take it because then we had some kind of weird chance to do something. But what was it? Doesn't come up. Yes, now I got it. Of course it is. Taking the bishop. And if he takes, I have that pin. Yes, so that was it. Easy to see. Not for me, but this is the exact variation. Okay. Need to remember that for next time. And to me, it's still amazing that these world champs are just able to do this, well, not out of their wrist, but yeah, so they are major thinking machines. Next position also from game number 8. This is a seemingly logical move, but it has a lovely refutation, netting black a pawn. Can you spot it? Okay, so what was this one? I think it will be the pawn on a2. But how do we do this? Yes, it is the b4 pawn, I think. Yes. b4 pawn. Then his pawn is double attacked. Maybe it's too early and another move needs to be played. But I think we're good with the pawn move here, b4. Still dangerous because we have the rook here, but we just do it. Incorrect first and in between move. Indeed, the d4 push has compromised the already awkwardly placed central rook. Okay, we attacked the rook. That one is gone. And what now? We can now take the pawn. But if he takes the pawn, if we take the pawn, he takes our rook at e8 and giving check, so we have to retake, and then he takes our pawn or bishop. That is not a good solution, so we are not going to do this. And let's think what to do. Can we now play b4? Let's see. But still the bishop and c6 is so bad. Don't like that. So it's not forcing enough, but I would play rook b8 probably. Oh, but this is too slow and not good. So very difficult. I don't know. Chat, anybody here who has an idea what to do? So I think the rook is hanging on e3. How can we exploit this situation? By playing a super move with the bishop. But the super move is not coming up with taking c4. So as always, can I do something else? I don't see it. When I take a look here, it's because my second monitor is here, guys. And I'm just looking at chat if anybody is writing anything. So we have to see. I don't know. I'd like to play knight to b4 now. We'll see what that brings, and it's probably incorrect, and it is. Ah, he says take. What did I overlook? Take. He takes, and now it's a forced move. I have to take this one. He got the bishop. And now, oh, yes, I forgot to think 2 plies more than needed. Yes, and here it is so easy. We have the fork now with the queen. So I stopped calculating when the rook took my bishop. But this is the attack. He has to go out of the way and I can take the bishop and we're good. My mistake. Okay, so I have to really remember this. That think like one more move and you're good. Okay. So here we have a very natural move, which might have been the very move that disallowed Ding to win the game. Moving the knight is the right idea, but d4 is not the right square. Where should the world champion have gone instead? It was not d4, but it was e1. Yes. And now, hold on. Now it is attacking the rook on c7, so it's not defended by the queen anymore. And now it is attacking the knight with the pawn. We have a 3-time attack, and this should do the work. Yes. Bingo, white is winning material. If he goes out of the way with the knight now, I can take the bishop, the rook. Okay, this one was all right. So, can you spot what is wrong with this move? Okay, black to play. Also from game 8 from yesterday. So, dun, 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 dun. We did this yesterday, and I still don't remember. I was tired, of course. This is not a good excuse, but sleep is ELO. And yeah, so usually you just tick it off. You think you got it into your head, but the spaced repetition, that's what we're doing right now. We review what we have done the days before. It's so good in chessable that you don't forget it. Okay, so my queen is attacked. What happens if I take his queen? He takes with the bishop. Does that lead us somewhere? No, I don't think so. My queen is protected by the bishop, so I can also just play another move. The knight is also protected, also good. So what to do? My idea here would be to play queen g2, attacking the h2. pawn, and then f3 with a knight, giving a check. But this is all not forcing. It looks nice, but it doesn't do anything, basically, because he can... Well, my knight is protected by my bishop. My pawn on b3 is protected by the bishop, so this might still does the trick. So, yes, that's what I'm going to play. We'll just see if that works. It's incorrect. So first, it is attacking the rook. He needs to go out of the way. And now, what to do? Oh, I understood. That way we took the rook out of the way, and now we have the knight move to c4. That was it, yes. Nice, of course, yes. Oh, I didn't pay attention to that one. Okay, but good, and needs to be remembered, of course. Remove the defender for the square, and you're good. Okay, so 5 more before we go to the current game number 9. Okay, we are back at game number 5. Gukesh is white. This move allows white to carry out a nice positional operation. How would you proceed? Move allows white to carry out a nice. Okay. So, I remember this one, at least to a certain degree. We take, pawn structure is now gone down the drain. And now we have f5 protected by the bishop, and that is a super place for the knight. So we go here. And now it is rerouting to double protecting it. So it's the knight coming in, the knight coming in, and here it says the knight is headed for e3. This one attacking the bishop, from where it will exert pressure both onto the tender d5 pawn and the f5 outpost. Yes, nice. Okay. So next one, an interesting position. White's response justifies knight fd2 rather than knight bd2. How would you play with white? And here I remember it is important to have the queen protected by the knight, so our pawn structure will stay intact. And that's why we are taking with this pawn. Correct. And now we can go here. And now we go here. Yes, all good. Nice. 3 more. Then we are at game number 9, guys. Alrighty. So, can you find here a very powerful enforcing idea that crushes white's position? So, Gukesh is white. It's game number 1 and Ding 1. And probably with this thing here. And I remember it. And I have no clue how the guys come up with all this, but as this is review, I know how to do it. And it is first just bringing this pawn up, greedy taking. I don't care that my knight will go, and I don't care that my bishop will go. I just take here, and then I can take with the rook. And we have a nice situation here now. Shockingly, black is completely winning. Your engines will tell you that this position is about -5. In order to see exactly why this massive advantage, let's take a look at the next exercise. Yeah, of course, you have to go back to game 1, as this is the only variation from game 1 today in our review. Okay, so 2 more. White has a huge attack against the black king. How would you conduct the final phase? And this was a mating net. And the mate goes this way. We have a check. Now the king has a retreat square on e6. And we need to get that covered. So we go here. He is not allowed to take because then we have a different mate net waiting for him. And we go now here to take away that. It was the other one first. Damn it, no. Always be forcing. Check, check, check. Yeah, so that was my problem here. I was thinking about the final mate, but we need to put that move first. Okay, I'll do this now. King has to move, and now we have that checkmate. Lovely. Okay, but my fault. Did that wrong. Finally, game number 3. What should we do now? This is about taking the bishop, and we do this by threatening it, by taking it, and now we are looking forward to also eat this pawn here. So we just go this way, and then we have a very nice combination which goes like this. I'll take the pawn and he's just forced to take it, and now the sad situation for black goes with the g2 bishop. The rook is attacked, cannot go away. He can only put the knight into it, into the way, and this would be taken. It's a check, and then we finally also get the rook. Okay, so great. We are through with the reviews, and we will now go into the new game from yesterday. And we click on exit here. And now scroll on to game number 9. Yes. And we are going to learn here. Okay, we are in game number 9. Before we take a look at the video review recap by Andras Toth, which is always very exciting. He takes like 15-20 minutes, takes us through the game. We have to solve the positions here, and by solving the positions we are getting into the position, and the explanation by Andras Toth will be way easier to understand for us with this pre-work that we need to do. Okay, so game number 9. Gukesh is playing white pieces, Ding black. We're looking at the board from black's positions, Ding, and this is a very logical move here. Although D takes c4, D takes c4, and D takes e4. D takes c4. Let's take a look. And I read them close in terms of, okay, which one would you prefer and why? It's black to play. D takes c4 or D takes e4? Okay, which one would we prefer? Thinking time, thinking time. Okay, if you are in chat and have ideas, hey Tawakam, yes, nice, good evening, hello, how are you? You just came at the right moment. You skipped the review. It took me like an hour to get through all the reviews moves, and now we're just starting with game number 9. And yeah, we have this situation where we have to decide which pawn to take with our d5 pawn. And so far, yeah, again as yesterday, just choose a move, think with us, and we'd see what's the best move. So what's happening here? If we take on e4, he can retake with the knight. If he does that, we can go like c5, double attack on the knight, but he can just get out of that position by taking my knight on f6, exchanging it, and then we didn't win anything, I think. But we could take the pawn on d4 and basically have his full center pawns destroyed. And that is probably worse, worth, not worse, but worth. English is difficult in that way. So let's see what to do. So if we take on the other side, he still has both center pawns. Can just retake and nothing much is done. Take here. Okay. So yeah, so basically that would be my reasoning why I would like to play that way. But maybe it's wrong. We'll see. I just move the knight to e4. It's 50-50 anyway. That is incorrect. This is the better one. But I'd like to understand why. I take, he retakes, and what am I doing now? I can... A normal move would be to force it away by b5. He probably goes back again to d2, and then we have d5. Then we could play c5, having the double attack on the pawn. But then he could just go e5 with his pawn and nothing is done. So how about taking on e4 and after that play c5? Yeah, that was my idea for the move before. You're right, tower come. And the program said, no, it's not correct. Okay, so now we have to think, what is the best move here and why? c5 now. Probably, let's see what happens. So we play c5. And we can take with the... Well, we go c5. And he simply goes d5. c5, d5, we take, he takes, we take. Good or not? Again, c5, he goes d5, we'll take with the pawn, d5, double attack again on the pawn, he takes our pawn, d5, and we are good to take... Yes, that might be good, I think. Don't know. We will find out, of course. And we just go. Let's see. So c5 now. Correct. Lovely. The point of capturing c4. Now the e4 pawn is a delicious target for the black pieces. Okay, of course I'd like to understand, and that's why I hesitated. What happens if he just plays e5 now? If he plays e5, we have to go away. I don't understand this one here. Okay, so why is it a delicious target? He could just move out of the way, but with e5. Wait, so I just take that. I mean, I take the d4 pawn afterwards with my pawn on c5. He takes with the bishop and it's still protected. I don't get it. So we have to take a look at the engine here. And it's white to move. I mean, now it's white ahead by, well, we give Stockfish a little more time to think. Okay, still thinking, coming up with new lines. Okay. Still thinking. Yeah, he says it's equal by playing knight fe5. He would play the knight. That is quite interesting. Because I would have played, as said, e5. Let's see what Stockfish says. Yeah, it says it's equal. Okay, so if both is equal, then maybe Andras Toth is not correct here. I mean, it's not a delicious feature. You can just move it out of the way and we gained nothing, basically. So then I'd like to just go and check the position. And yes, the point of capturing c4. Now the e4 pawn is a delicious target. No, it's not. You could just move out of the way and is good. Okay, so what would have happened if we had taken the other pawn? Engine. Sorry for turning on the engine, but this is the best way for me to fast find out what's happening. So here we are still equal, like now we're a little bit ahead. It's good. We take the other one and it looks like it is the better move. I mean, only by a margin, but it's better. Okay. So maybe I will take the time and write Andras to see what he thinks. You can go with the knight to e4 now. Yes, you mean the white knight takes, right? Okay. Let's see, that's what he's always saying. Yes, and white is better now. So I think this is a mistake. And I'm going to write Andras and see what he's thinking. You said no. Okay, Tao, come. Please write. Why do you say no? Meant the other position. The other position? Where? Like here? If you take on c5 now, I take on c5. Hold on. Okay, it's black's move now. If it moves to e5 out of the way. Okay, I cannot take c5 because it's black's move. We just go out here and we just take a look again. So this is the original position. Yeah, I cannot go back here. That was played. Okay. And now, okay, I hold on until you write something now, Tao, come. Okay, take on c5. Okay, I take on... I cannot take on c5. It's black's move. You mean take on c4, right? Yes, c4. Okay. Okay, so we are going to do this. Hold on. For that, I need to go into the engine again. Okay, playing c4. And then I take a look again. He takes back with the knight. Yes. We play c5. Yes. And he plays e5. Yes, correct. And this is real bad for him, according to the engine now. Double attack on the pawn and everything is not with the knight. Okay, we go back one move. You mean the pawn to e5? Yes, that was yeah, okay, yeah. This was exactly the idea I had to moving that knight, and the position is perfectly fine. It's equal, and that's why moving or taking the c4 pawn is not the better solution, I think. And now we put the knight on e4. Yes, correct. The engine says knight d5. Yeah, so what did you write? And then we put our knight on e4. e4 here you say, right? Okay, let's see what the engine says. Also equal. Or even a little better. Okay. Yes, it's a nice outpost now. Not an outpost yet, because there's still a rook, a pawn that can take it. Okay, forcing the bishop away. Yes, correct. And that is here or there. Okay, good. But still, I think it's a mistake by Andras, and I'm going to write it to him. So let's see. Can I write this down? Hold on. Yes. Okay, so instead of this, just the difficulty is how do I write it to him? So I think here we have the comments field, and I just think, yes, I'm going to write him. Let's see. Comments help. To view all comments, you must use the arrow buttons. Add a new comment, and I will write him right now. Yes, me too. That's why I'm doing it. Okay. Hi, Andras. What a great course. Thank you. Okay. Short question. What happens if the delicious pawn just moves to e5? At move 14. Thank you for your reply and enjoy Singapore and the chess and the World Championship. Okay, so as I also like to sorry you cannot hear me so well as I put the microphone away, so I'm just going to type a little more here and you will read it. Okay, so I also follow your shorts, super nice too. Great coverage. Yours, yeah. Okay. So, and basically, can I just mark him with an at? Let's see. Now it didn't work, so I hope he's going to be notified about it. And yeah, we post. Thanks, you've added a new comment. Okay. And we'll see if he replies. So hopefully on Sunday. Tomorrow is yeah, a break day for us, and then we see how that goes. Okay. So this is done, and we are going to the next position here. Okay, so next variation. This was a very interesting alternative. Can you find the best moves for white in this line? Okay, so Gukesh now has to think of something. What is the position like here? He played the knight, attacking our bishop, of course, and the queen at the same time. So if we take the knight, oh, this seems tricky. Let's see. So we have a double attack on our bishop, and the knight is also attacking our queen. So my first initial reaction would be just take the knight, and he gets the bishop, and we are good. But there's probably something else behind it. I don't see anything else here. Can we threaten something else? Well, we could take his queen. He takes our queen. We take his rook, or are we retreating? No, we just take the rook. He takes our rook. We take his knight on d1, and he takes our bishop on d8. And then, is there anything? Mm. I'm just thinking deeply, like trying to find something. Let's take a look at chat if there's somebody who knows something. You win the one on c5 in the end, or pawn. You win the pawn on c5 in the end. c5. Okay, we do it again. So I take the queen, he takes our queen. I take the rook. The pawn on c5 is still protected by the bishop. So I don't think that we can win it. We cannot take it with the bishop, with our pawn, because our rook is hanging on d1. How do we do that, Tower Come? Okay, and everybody in chat also please think for us so we can make it here. Maybe this is not the correct line and we need to do something else. So if I take the... Oh, the bishop is hanging on b7. If I take the knight on c4 and he takes the bishop on a5, his bishop is hanging. So he cannot take right away and he has to play probably... I take... Yeah, nice. So I take the knight. And if he doesn't want me to take his bishop, he has to go bishop like d5 is probably the best. And then I can just go a4 with my rook and have the bishop protected. So maybe that's it. What do you think, guys? Let's try this again. I'll take the knight on c4. If he takes my bishop on a5, I can just take his pawn, his bishop on b7. So he loses material and I don't see anything he can do against it. So then try again. We take his knight on c4. He comes with the bishop to d5, attacking our rook. And we just go to a4 and we are good. He's going to attack our rook with the bishop on c6. If we move our rook to a3, it's a bad idea probably, because we can now take the pawn on d4. It is the rook is then attacked by the bishop on e7. But then we need to move the rook out of the way. Unclear to me. Unclear. Okay, so and now this is where I usually stop and then make the mistake. I have to think more steps, more plies ahead. So again, attack the rook on d5. I'll protect my bishop on a5. He attacks my rook on c6 with the bishop. We have an eternal repetition maybe if I put my rook back to c4, he takes my bishop. I don't like that. So I just move my rook to a3. And then comes the pawn move to taking on d4. Or just c4 would also work. So I don't think that this is the best thing to take the knight, and we'll just take the queen. Maybe. So, but where to go with the queen after rook b8? Rook b8. When does the rook go to b8? Ah, you mean after we took. Okay, so we take, he takes, we take, and then the queen. Okay. So now I understand. Okay. So if you take the bishop. Okay, so we go through that line. We'll take c4. He takes the bishop. We'll take the bishop. Then he goes rook b8. I think you mean the a8 rook. a8. And then where to go? We cannot go to a6. We cannot go on the b file. So we definitely need to use the diagonal. And the only place to go is c6. And if he then goes to c8 with the rook, we are again under attack. And we cannot go here, there, there. Oh, the queen would be gone. Nice catch. Yeah. So we have two reasons basically why it's not wise to take the knight. So I think taking his queen and then follow up is the best solution. Yes, you're right. Very well seen. Really good. Okay. So we just move the we take the queen and see how that goes. Incorrect. Oh no. Why? Okay, we just had all these nice calculations. And why? Okay, he takes and he takes. So, and now I think he wants us to take the bishop. Yes. And look at that. He takes the queen move to a2 instead of this. Okay, then of course we are good. Yeah, so what we'll check later on what happens with the engine. But now what can we do here? Here we lose a pawn, but what to do, where to go? Okay, he took the queen move. Our rook is under attack, and so we have to move the rook. And usually in these situations in a blitz game, I would just consolidate by connecting the rooks again. Is there anything else? Of course, I could also go queen b5, protecting my rook. But if then the rook b8 comes in, I lose my rook because the queen cannot defend it anymore. Yes. Okay, so I think it is good to consolidate here. Maybe too passive. Hmm. We have a back rank mate if we take the rook to b1. Rook to b1 would prevent the b8 pawn now. Mm. So I think it is rook b1. Oh, this is quite a tricky position, like really tricky. I take it and see what happens. No, if I do that, he can take the rook on c4, of course, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, but it was a nice idea, nice try. Hmm. Hmm. You can take the bishop. I'm so blind. I'm just thinking, you know what, Tower Camp? This happens since the last 2, 3 days or so. I'm so deeply thinking about one position on the board or one area on the board that I forget the other board in total. So just amazing. So, yep, of course I can take the bishop, but then I'm still losing my rook. Do I want this? No, I don't. What I also could do and think would be okay is protecting my rook with c1. Then I have also a nice pressure on c5. But still, if we play c1 now, and he comes with the b8 move for the rook, then we still lose our queen. Tricky, tricky, tricky. We play knight e5. If he takes the rook, he play knight e5. Oh, checkmate and the queen. Oh, you're a tactical monster. Oh, nice. So if we take it, yeah. Yeah, we just take. That's super nice. Why not? But let me think it through. So we take the bishop, and instead of taking the rook, he takes on e2. Doesn't matter, same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not yet checkmate. Okay, yeah. So we just go and take the bishop. We'll see. Correct. And now this one. Also correct. And now we have a problem because bum, ba-dum. And take a look. We are now attacking his a8 rook, but and then it is checkmate. This is lovely. Okay, so if we are checking him, he has only one square to go. It is king h8. If he plays that, we will just attack his or kill his a8 rook. If he takes our rook, we just go to g2, and then he can just take our bishop, and we are down a piece. So that's not the best way to go. Yes, we're still thinking here. So our rook is under attack and we need to get it out of the way. I don't see it. Okay, so so we have to move. Time is running. And last look at the chat. Nope, TowerCam is not giving a suggestion. And so I'll just check. We'll see what happens. Check. It's correct. And now what to do? We could give another check now. Always check the checks first. So we give a check on g6 now. Only thing he is allowed to do is take our knight. And then we have an extra move, but I have no clue what to do. Nope. Oh, okay. So let's think this through. We now take the rook. He takes our rook. We need to go to g2. He cannot check us, but he has a free move now. But rook a1. Rook a1 is double attacking the pawn on a7. And then we can take afterwards. Yes, I think rook a1. What do you think? Still thinking about the lines with the check now. Yes. Okay, by the way, Tower Come, I really enjoyed doing this together with you. Thank you for being here. It's really nice. Okay, we go the a1 rook now. It's incorrect. Oh, didn't see that one. Nice. Really nice. Yes. Attacking the queen, and he has to go somewhere. Didn't think about that for a second, did you? Yeah, me too. Absolutely, 100%. Yes. Okay, so next we move it. Oh, why didn't I see it? And that's what I'm talking of. There are so many possibilities and you're just missing it. It's just amazing. Chess is great. Okay, so we have that now. What to do? White to play. We have a rook possibility, or we have a fork possibility on f7 if we get the queen out of the way now. And I think this is kind of easy to do. Will this work? Let's see. So we take the rook now. He retakes with the other rook. Then we take the queen to b7, attacking the rook on a8. And then he has to go... Well, does he have to go to f8? Where is the best spot for the rook then? Difficult, difficult, difficult. Okay, the problem here now is that our pawn on d4 is double attacked. We cannot take the pawn there because our rook is, well, exchanged, of course, then. But do we care if it's exchanged? We have a free pawn on our side, the e6 pawn. No, it's not. It's sorry. It's protected by the queen on a2. Okay, so what to do? Let's check. In the blitz game, I would just take the rook. Go with the intuition and just take. Yes, of course, because afterwards we can take the pawn on c5. Let's go. Yes, and white is ever so slightly better after the mandatory recapture. This line is a beautiful demonstration of the fact that even dry-looking positions can easily get spicy and the players need to remain alert to these possibilities. Okay. So, the question now is, would our queen had gone? And we need to check that. And that was here in this position. We took the queen. And what happens if he plays Rook b8 now. Let's see. Analyze his board, and I'm really curious if we overlooked something. Let's see. So he's not coming up immediately with b8, so we are probably wrong, and there is an escape square. Also, knight d7. So knight d7 is the best way from the computer here, and not taking the pawn. Okay, but still I like to see what happens here. Queen takes, yeah, queen takes e7. That's the whole time the reason there, and then it's 5-6-1. Okay. And that's why the knight move is the best move here. Okay. Well, alrighty. Very good. Okay. Good. Then I don't need to write him about that. And we go to the next variation. Lovely. So we are having the third variation. Can you see why this logical looking capture is a losing blunder? So where had anything been taken? What was the move? Okay, so the pawn took something from d4 on c5. Black to play and win. Let's find it. Can say one thing straight away. It's not trivial. So let's see again. Oh, Gabriel MM, you're in. Hey, hi. I hope I saw you in time. So nice meeting you again. And again, if you have ideas, just let us know, Gabriel, and we'll solve this together. So what's happening here? And sorry again if I missed you. Sometimes I just don't see it because I have two monitors and I don't have chat on the main monitor running. Twitch doesn't allow it to have a joint chat with YouTube and Twitch mixed. That's the reason why. Okay, so here Queen e2. Let's see, Queen e2, what happens? It was trivial. Yes, it attacks the rook and the knight at the same time. And there is no way to defend this. Yes. Ah, great, Gabriel. Okay, thank you. So, Gabriel, are you okay with us moving Queen e2? A very easy tactical puzzle. So let's double check again. Can he protect either piece? The only thing that would come to mind is, of course, Rook d5, but we could take with two pieces. And that's not the way. He cannot go Rook e1, also losing. And he cannot protect with the Rook. So I think it's all good. Yes, that seems winning. So nice. Then we play that. And yes, that was too easy, basically. And that's also something. When I'm winning, sometimes it's hard for me to convert it. I believe I'm not the only one. A lovely double attack that nets a piece immediately. Okay, so we go to the final variation before we then go into the video recap by Andras. And yeah, let's find this. This move allows white a neat finish. Can you spot it? Okay, white to play. What's going on here? Okay, what I first always check is there is a possible back rank mate for black coming in. And is that something that we can do here? And I think I already have it. So the rook c1 to c8. No, basically I was wrong. The knight forking the bishop and the queen to c8. If he takes with the rook, we take with the rook, and it's a back rank mate. So he is not allowed to take our knight, and if he doesn't like to lose the bishop, he has to go with the queen to a3. If we then take, does it matter? Yes, because we just take the knight, and if he takes with the queen, we just take his rook. Was that the one to go? What do you guys think? So that is my initial idea. Forking on c8. He's not allowed to take. He needs to get his queen out of the way. And if he does that, the only way to protect the bishop is a3. I can simply just take the bishop, giving a check. And if he takes, I take the rook. Et voila. Taking a look at you guys, and looks good. And what do you think, Gabriel? Also fine, or something that is not okay? Again, I never look at possible threats on his side. So if I go to knight c8, does he have a threat? Something. The threat could... No, there's no threat. I don't see anything. Nope. And it's such a beautiful combination that I think this is correct. Yeah. So we are just going to play that one. And usually I'm wrong, but it would be so nice to get this right. Good variation. That's definitely the answer. Alrighty, let's go. It's correct. And we take... Completed. Woohoo! Nice. We did it. Okay, super good. Thank you, guys. And then I hope you're also as curious as I am to watch the video recap by Andras now. And of course, I will stop in between to just give my comments. And yeah, looking forward what he's saying, of course. First, on to the next variation, which is the full game. And I was wondering, is that commented or is it just the move, the game? Yes, it is a game, but that's hopefully fine. Okay, we go to that. We continue. We're having everything done, but the video is missing. Video starting now. Alrighty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is now recap video number 9, or rather round 9. So today on the menu, we had our beloved players, Gukesh, Dommaraju behind the white pieces against the reigning world champion Ding Liren. And today the opening was the one that, of course, I was about to guess, but I didn't. And so I missed out on getting the opening first time in my guesses, because the World Championship match saw a Catalan. Finally, bishop b4 check, bishop d2, bishop back, and after bishop g2, knight f3. We are back in Catalan waters. The reason why I said the word finally is because the Catalan is...
Sorry for interrupting, but that's what I'm playing as white. So this is going to be real interesting. Nice.
Part of both players' repertoires with white, so it was quite likely that this was going to pop up rather sooner than later in the World Championship, and indeed it has. So that box is now ticked. The slight bummer about this box being ticked is that the Catalan on absolute top level has a very drawish tendency, and this tendency definitely did come to the fore in today's encounter. Once again, I don't think that I'm spoiling too much.
Yes, nice that he said that on that level, because on my level, there's no drawish tendency at all.
We followed theory, so I don't really want to go too deeply into these moves. I would like to add, though, because I always find these types of positions aesthetically pleasing, and generally speaking, what is aesthetically pleasing in chess is right. And that is none other than the fact that after 11 moves, both players have deployed their entire army, barring the rocks. They castled and they have put up a good fight for the center. So when I talk about chess principles, how to play openings, how occasionally we misplay stuff, I always like to remind my students that it doesn't matter whether you are 500, 1500, or 2800. These principles are the governing rules of what we are meant to do, no matter the level. And case in point, they just did a perfect opening, and indeed, both sides have equal chances. Now, in this particular position, the game's AC1, E4 here appears to be a very obvious logical move to be played, but unfortunately for white, here after D4, the slightly more accurate move, knight C4 and C5, we actually have created a target for black to bite into. And of course, if we push the pawn further up, then now we have given them an outpost on D5, and the C3 bishop in this position is a very awkwardly placed appears to be a very obvious logical move to be played. But unfortunately for white, here after D4, the slightly more accurate move, knight C4 and C5, we actually have created a target for black to bite into. And of course, if we push the pawn further up, then now we have given them an outpost on D5, and the C3 bishop in this position is a very awkwardly placed bad piece. So hence no E4, but further deployment of the pieces rook a C1 and rook FD8 was the first theoretical. And case in point, they just did a perfect opening, and indeed, both sides have equal chances. Now, in this particular position, the game's AC1, E4 here appears to be a very obvious logical move to be played, but unfortunately for white, here after D4, the slightly more accurate move, knight C4 and C5, we actually have created a target for black to bite into. And of course, if we push the pawn further up, then now we have given them an outpost on D5, and the C3 bishop in this position is a very awkwardly placed bad piece. So hence no E4, but further.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that the rooks of. So this was the position that we had to solve. That's why I was what's it called, backwinding. That's why I went back in the video, because this was the position and he addressed the E5 move that we saw. So it was the delicious pawn on E4, and we wrote to him like E5 is a way to go. So then he explained it now that with that move, we have a super outpost for the knight, but I need to check that again. The outpost then is d5, and we have that super bad bishop. So let's again.
The deployment of the pieces rook a c1 and rook fd8 was the first black to bite into. And of course, if we push the pawn further up, then now we have given them an outpost on d5, and the c3 bishop in this position is a very awkwardly placed bad piece. So hence no e4, but further deployment.
It's awkwardly bad pace. So here, for the very first time, I go back to the position and we take a look if it was really equal or if it's just awkward placed. But the computer says still, I think it said it was equal. So it was in this thing. Hold on, I just got it. We get back to it. So it was here. Nope, it was the first one. It was the very first one. Okay, so we just go to the analysis board right away. And we again do what we wanted to do. We went for this move. Yes. So then he... Was it correct? It's difficult for me if we change positions always. So we went that way. Yes, he takes. We go here. And then we had the move here. And now we go here. And then the engine says equal. D takes c5. And that frees up our bishop again. I mean, he's still stuck with this one. But, yeah, he's probably taken. Yes. So I'd like to write him that we saw the video at least. So, comments. Okay. Hold on. Created an outpost for the knight on... That was now on d5. And the bishop on c3 is looking awkward. Well, now the bad engine is coming in. It said equal. Anything else? Ah, yes, reply to the first comment. Okay, yes, can I do this? X. Yes, here. Thank you. It said equal, and but I believe this is not the goal of the exercise. Come on. But to understand position Thank you again. All right, post. Okay, I think that is the correct thing to do, and I'm still interested what he says. So, okay, so we are going back to the video. I can't hear you right now. Yes, I'm sorry, I was off, Gabriel, and that happens sometimes. But it's so nice to have you in chat to remind me of that. So we go back to the video, of course, and click on play.
Deployment of the pieces rook a c1 and rook fd8 was the first theoretically new, also known as novelty move. Until now, I think we followed a Fedorchuk Erwin Lamy game, just to mention yet another chessable legend, Erwin Lamy. So yeah, this was the first new move, and Gukesh played b4, which is the top choice of the machine, but I guess I'm not really saying too much by that. And of course, immediately came c5. This was a very important move to play because anything else would have allowed white to squash and squeeze black with c5, at least gaining some space. Although even here you will find that your silicon friends, or rather our silicon enemies, don't really think too much of this move, but at least it feels like white is playing for something. We have got a bit of space to work with. So Ding immediately went like, nah, not happening, friend. Trade. And the position is getting drier and drier with every passing moment. I'm trying to spice it up. Give me please credit. But honestly speaking, there's not a lot left in the tank. Yeah, it's pretentious. In the end of the day, there are very, very easy ways to score equality here. One of them wasn't played in the game, which is a very specky move that I really want to share with you, and that was knight c4. And here, there is an absolutely bananas line that still leads to 000 dead even, but I really wanted to show you because it is actually a testament to how, well, that I found the move, how even dry and boring looking positions can immediately, in a blink of an eye, turn into an absolute tactical slugfest. And the players really need to be ready, because if you get caught off guard, it's gone. That's it. So you can never let your guard down, even in a position like this in the Catalan. Look at this variation. Rook c4, queen a5, queen b7. Ha! I've got action. Bishop is under attack. Maybe there is stuff happening on the long diagonal looking good, right? Black goes, no, nobody. I am attacking your rook. White goes, no worries, take it, because after you take it, I'm going to attack your queen, your rook, and f7. Who is laughing now? Black goes, I take whichever you want. D1 is hanging with check. White goes, nah, I gotcha. Now the queen is hanging, the rook is hanging, f7 is hanging. Black goes, no problemo. I'm going to cover e6 so that after the check, you can't take e6 and go with smothered mate. So you are forced to take the rook. And after rook takes rook, the position is dead equal. Such an exciting, fascinating to-throw, punch after punch variation. But when the chess gods decided that this game was determined to be a draw, they really did a very thorough job on that. By the way, rook c1 is best, which still complicates the position, invites some blunders like this when white now is well and truly in the driving seat, because after rook g8, I expect some fancy stuff like queen g8 here. Wow. And then back rank mate or smothered mate. I actually put in the puzzle section another move here, which is that instead of rook c1, if dc, then all of a sudden black is the one having the last laugh because of the two pieces hanging. White is going to now lose material. Now, after rook c1, obviously it's not dc, but for example, knight e4 or even a5. And once again, the position is dead even. Now, Ding didn't even want to complicate the position this much. Instead, he traded on f3, giving up the bishop. But once again, now after bishop f3, knight c4 is going to become very, very, very annoying. The difference being, of course, that now there is no bishop to be captured on b7. And so black is winning. Therefore, white had to insert bishop takes b6. and that also meant that there was no bishop pair to be spoken about. And yeah, just trade, 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 and ultimately, after all pieces came off, the players settled for an endgame with symmetrical pawn structure, knight versus bishop, nothing to speak about. And I'm just gonna zip through the rest of the moves because there is absolutely nothing to be looked at or discussed here. Ding did manage to split the white pawns into 3 islands, but that is just a academic fact, but of no use. And yeah, once again, we have got a very clean draw with the h-pawn left, which is obviously insufficient material to win with. And so the players allowed all pieces to come off of the board. So Catalan, Gukesh failed to put on any meaningful pressure whatsoever on the reigning world champion. So now that we are going into the final third of the tournament, I think we can draw a few conclusions. Mine, for the time being, is going to be that I expected Gukesh by now to be ahead on the scoreboard. And the fact that he isn't, I think is going a little bit of extra pressure on him, because I think as we go deeper into the competition and the threat of a rapid/blitz tiebreak comes nearer, Gukesh feels that he would rather try to decide this to his favor in the long time control games, where I think he has a more realistic edge over his opponent rather than in the rapid and the blitz, which of course was the time control that allowed Ding to claim the world championship title. So I do think Gukesh should and will try to avoid that, which of course means that we are looking at some really, really fun 5 remaining games. But of course, tomorrow we will have a rest day. So I'm going to see you guys after said rest day. Take care. Look forward to seeing you with the analysis of game number 10.
Thank you, Andras. Really appreciate it, of course. Yeah, exciting. So, as you know by now, I'm so much rooting for Ding. And still amazing that with the year he had, that he is up to his earlier strength, I believe. Yeah. So this is really exciting and a surprise. And I'm so happy that it's so close. Yeah, I love close matches, love it. And the next games will be really, really fascinating, hopefully. Okay, with that, we are done with today. It's again 2 hours 20. Your team Gukesh, oh, really? Um, why exactly? Because he's young and it's just amazing if he would win, or what's the reason? I mean, both are super likable, of course. I like how mature he is. I loved his answer in the press conference yesterday when a reporter asked, like, if you had the chance to cheat, basically, when would you cheat? And Gukesh said, well, I'd rather not cheat at all. So it was a very clever answer, I think. Ah, the playstyle too. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so we'll see who is going to win. And we'll continue this here on Sunday. Yes, because Saturday, um, well, it was a rest day today, correct? And hold on, today's Friday. Friday was the off day. Saturday, the games played. And Sunday, the recap will be on. That's why we have rest day tomorrow. Okay, and so it's Sunday, and Sunday will be full of chess then. I plan to play my classical open game. Time is not yet figured out, so but it will take place on Sunday. If possible, then the Lead Chess Bundesliga with the Chess Dojo team from 8 to 9:40, and then probably afterwards the game recap. Yes, so hopefully that all will work out, and we'll see. So, yeah, Tawakam, we are two, but ah, The Lichess Bundesliga is super nice and super easy to do. You just join the league. I can just take a look here on, let's see, we have Lichess on here. Quick look if everything is all right on, yes, this looks cool. So basically you have to join the Chess Under Fire Jan profile, and there we have the teams. You have to join the Chess Dojo team. Once you join the Chess Dojo team, you are in Discord. And in Discord, there is as you are a Chess Dojo member. So basically, we have the orange Discord, which is for subscribers only. And we have the black Discord, which is free for everybody. And in there, we have, I can send you the link later on. There we have the area for the Lichess Bundesliga, where we also chat, and the team atmosphere is just great. And to me, it's an amazing feature to have this and being part of the team. When I started out, I was thinking like no use at all that I'm playing there. I get beaten all the time, and I got beaten all the time. I still get beaten all the time, but I'm getting better. And the good thing is, I think I'm getting okay in Blitz Chess too if I'm really there with full attention. Yeah. So this comes in handy for long classical games when you get in time trouble, of course. So yeah, so that's it basically. And then you just, well, I can just go to my profile. Then you get a link from Thor Biddles from the Chess Dojo, and you are invited to this page where there's a join the Chess Dojo button, or join, and then you have a drop down to join, and then you're in the team, and then you just play and hopefully make points and enjoy your time. And there's always a nice little banter going on and lots of motivation. So that's one of the things I really enjoy. I know it's against the motto of the Chess Dojo. The motto of the Chess Dojo is play long games, analyze them, and learn from it. And fast games, blitz games, ruin your game more or less. But they're so much fun and addictive. No minimum rating. Everybody can play. So when I join, I have a 1660 rating by now, and I think from the people, can I take a look now? No, I cannot. But if we take a look at the guys at the end, 1940, 1904, 1540, 1866, 1265. 2049. So lots of people are playing with different ratings in there. So everybody is welcome. And I would say just give it a try once or twice. And it is depressing that you lose so much. If you take a look here at the Chess Dojo and hold on, Chess Dojo and on my games, see the reds. So I had 23 games and I was drawing 1 and winning 4. So be prepared to lose a lot because they're just super good players in there. But many games were really close, and I enjoy the process basically, just to know I'm close to these guys, and if I get this little edge more, then I'm able to beat them. And once in a while, it happens already. And half a year ago, this wouldn't have been possible. So this is really nice. Yeah. Okay. Then Gabriel, of course, thank you for watching. And Tarakam, hope to see you, of course, in the Lichess Bundesliga. And hopefully also for game 10 of the World Championship here. Okay. Then we are 2 and we are going to rate someone. Have a good night, of course. And see you rating right now. Who are we going to rate? Following and who is online, who we followed. I always like the St. Louis chess masters, so we are going to rate them. St. Louis Chess Club. I hope they allow it. We'll see and start the raid. And I don't know if they allow it. 2 viewers rating in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and right now. And that worked. And so have a very good night, everyone. Bye bye.